Check 2-1-2, 66-52 with 31 seconds remaining in the sophomore basketball game. The varsity game will start shortly after here on GTV. 67-52, 15.2 seconds remaining in the sophomore basketball game. Varsity basketball between Hazelwood West and Vianney to follow after. Stay tuned here on GTV. Pre-game broadcast will begin in 4 minutes.
The minute I walked in, it's like 8 in the morning, and all these guys are in the hallway, give me high fives, fist bumps. Hey, welcome to Vianney, welcome to the family, welcome home.
In the halls, like people saying hi to each other, just small gestures like that. I didn't see that at other schools.
No matter how popular someone may seem or how, quiet someone may seem, they were all talking and they were all just like friends.
I think everybody really respects each other, and that is really shown. Coming into Vianney, I was very in my shell. Here at Vianney, people were able to break that shell, and I was able to open up and branch out more.
Here at Vianney, the amount of guys my age that share my religion, it's really impactful to see that.
If I'm living every day with character and I'm giving everything up to God, the accomplishment's going to come on its own.
We're large enough that we have a world-class education, a world-class curriculum, world-class clubs and activities and athletics. We're also small enough that we get to know each student personally.
Our teachers here are often our coaches or leading clubs. Everything's just so interconnected.
The thing that made me so successful still is having teachers that are so invested.
The staff and the faculty do such a good job of keeping them engaged. They know how to teach boys.
They're not just there to teach, they're actually there to nurture you.
What I would say to our Griffins is, here at Vianney, you will be loved, you will be cared for, you'll be valued more than at any other school.
Typically, we paint the town black and gold, but tonight, we paint it pink for cancer awareness. It's a St. Louis showdown as the Vianney Griffins take on the Hazelwood West Wildcats. Whether you're here for the basketball, the cause, or both, we're glad you're with us here on GTV. Tip-off is moments away, but before we get there, our Atticus Wick sat down with head coach Kevin Walsh to break this matchup down. You're watching Vianney High School basketball on Griffins TV.
Welcome to Griffins TV. I'm Atticus Wick, and I am here with Coach Walsh, head coach of Vianney's basketball team, to ask him a couple of questions about tonight's game. Now, Coach Walsh, following the loss to MICDS on Wednesday, what is your team's mindset going into tonight's game, and how has it changed from the beginning of the season?
Well, I don't think our mindset's changed at all. Our goal is to continue to improve and get better every game throughout the year until our season's over. We didn't play to the level that we wanted to play on Wednesday night, and Friday night's a chance to bounce back and kind of prove to ourselves the type of team we're capable of being.
What does this game mean to you, the team, and Vianney as a whole, and what does it help with at Hope Lodge?
Yeah, well, we started this game almost 20 years ago as a way to increase cancer awareness and a way to raise some funds for the American Cancer Society, and in particular the Hope Lodge. So this game means a lot to me. I've lost family and friends to cancer. I think everybody in our school knows someone who's been impacted by cancer. So it's a great way to remember those folks, to honor those folks, and to raise some money for a great cause.
How does this game affect the team for the rest of the season? Is it like a confidence booster game, or is it just a game where if you lose, it's just forget about it and move on?
Well, no, I think we're at the time of our season where every game is an opportunity for us to get better. It's an opportunity to fine-tune. Hazelwood West has some really good players, some pretty athletic guys, and they're going to make it difficult for us. So for us, our mindset is to figure out a way to win the game and to play to our full potential.
With almost the entire school being in attendance, is this a game that the team will play to show their worth, to potentially encourage kids next season to join and be the best player that they can be?
Well, I think anytime you get to play at home, anytime you get to defend your home court, anytime you get to play in front of your fans, it's a great experience and a memorable thing for our players. We've had some great games here this year. We've had some great crowd support. We hope we're going to get it at the Paint It Pink game and beyond. But for our guys, it's an opportunity to defend their home court.
Yeah. Final question. Everybody at Vianney knows about the infamous pink suit. Is it the same suit that you've been wearing since day one, or has it changed throughout the years?
No, there have been a couple variations. My first one had pleated pants, which are not in style, and they were cuffed at the bottom, and it was a 3-button coat, which was in style when we started doing this, and now it's more of the slimmer cut suit. So there's been a few variations, but we will break it out tomorrow night and hope everybody will come out to attend and watch.
All right. Thank you for your time, and good luck at tonight's game.
Thanks, Atticus.
I'm Atticus Wick, and this is Griffins TV.
Thank you, Atticus. Great job there obtaining the thoughts of head coach Kevin Walsh before this fantastic thriller upon us, the Painted Pink game between Hazelwood West and the Vianney Griffins. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Vianney High School, where tonight's matchup means more than just what's on the scoreboard. In honor of cancer awareness, the gym is glowing pink as we recognize fighters, survivors, and the families who stand with them every day. Up at the top of the bleachers, we call it our broadcast booth. Andrew Rogers alongside Landon Berkey. Atticus Wick is on the ones and twos. Caden Jones will join us at halftime. Lots to get to, lots to be excited about here on Paint It Pink night. But for the Griffins, they have a rocky road. Well, they've been on a rocky road, and they're trying to pave it out as they've lost 2 in a row. Landon, how do the Griffins make tonight look different?
I mean, to start off, you got to go back to that mindset they previously had against DeSmet. All their MCC matchups they played before they started losing. You just got to go back to the basics here. And to make it look like they do belong in the MCC and they do think they are the top team in the district.
Hazelwood West on a bit of a tear as of late in the last 10. We know they've won 6 of those. The Jennings result, the more recent one, is a mystery. So if anybody knows that one, please feel free to tune in. Atticus Wick, do you have the score of that game?
It was actually postponed and has been rescheduled for another day. So
look at that, Atticus Wick doing everything possible, interviewing the coach before the game and knowing the key details in this matchup. So 6-3 in their last 9 is Hazelwood West. They do a lot of great things on offense in terms of playing fast. Vianney's defense will get tested in that category. But when we look at the 3 keys to success, Mr. Berkey, those are
constant ball pressure and engagement off the ball. They got to make them turn it over here. Vianney's offense is very quick and very precise. If they can learn how to force those turnovers on their defense, they got them right where they want them. They're not a big team, as you can see from watching them warm up, but they are fast. So if they can force those turnovers, their game could be over. And dominate the offensive and defensive boards, make it a priority on both ends. Vianney has their big guys. As you can tell, Hazelwood does not. They got to keep that rebound in their possession if they want to get more points on the board and keep this game further reach from Hazelwood. And share the ball, keep it moving. Pass up good shots for great shots. Vianney's a three-point shooter team and a close shot team. There's no in-between usually. They got to learn how to hold the ball a little bit and just shoot the shot they want. Last couple of games, they've not been doing a fantastic job of that. They really got to wait for those good shots. Great shots. Don't force the good shots.
The 2 players to watch in this matchup, wearing pink, and the number 10 is Ben Karsten. He just secured 1,000 career points in a Vianney uniform against MICDS earlier this week. Congratulations to Ben Karsten. He is the leading scorer of this Griffins bunch. On the other side, the junior Camden Daniels. He is the best perimeter threat on this team. He will shoot the 3. He does need some time and space to shoot it. That will be something to watch as the Griffins D up on number 22 of Hazelwood West. He's a right-handed driver. He has the green light always, and he can hit the tough shot. Those are the 2 players, and now these 2 teams are suited up and ready to go. Speaking of suits, we know Coach Walsh is wearing a pink suit. Atticus found that out before.
Coach Walsh, I was at the interview with Atticus, and they were talking about that pink suit. He wears it every year for the Paint It Pink. It's a tradition for him, and that's not his only suit he has that is pink. He's been changing it throughout the years, keeping the variations and keeping it new and improved and slick looking, and it does not fail to impress people.
We will take a short timeout for a prayer and national anthem. We'll keep it here But when we come back from that, tip is right around the corner. You're watching Vianney High School basketball on Griffins TV. And we are back here on GTV for tonight's matchup between Hazelwood West and the Vianney Griffins. And as you can see, the Vianney faithful on their feet for number 10, Ben Karsten. We previously mentioned he secured 1,000 points against MICDS earlier this week. 1,000 career points for the senior, Ben Karsten, as head coach Kevin Walsh presents a poster for his senior. And we'd like to see more than 1,000 points in this game today. Obviously not in total, but let's get well above that number, maybe be the leading scorer once again and keep adding to that total. If you look back through the records as well, last season, Luke Walsh was on this team. He had set the career record in scoring with 2,614. Tony Cochran is second on the list with 1,500. Dave Stewart, Coach Dave Stewart, baseball coach here, 1,389 points. Brad Woodson with 1,304 career points, and Jerry Braun in fifth in career scoring with just over 1,200 points. So Ben Karsten joins a list that very few are in. And let's meet the starters for tonight's St. Louis Showdown here at St. John Vianney High School. Junior guard, number 0, Caden Gardner. These are the starters for Hazelwood West. A senior forward, number 3, Aiden Adams. Senior guard, number 5, Harlem Blunt. Junior guard, number 10, Nehemiah McCauley. And junior guard, number 22, Camden Daniels. As the Griffins sit there, 5 to run out. Kicking things off is junior guard number 2, Jay Sulzer. Senior guard number 10, Ben Karsten. Junior guard number 22, Brock Long. Junior forward number 25, Chase Duke. And the big man in the middle, sophomore center, number 32, Mamadou Berry. A keynote tonight, once again, sophomore guard Omar Long not dressed. Vianney in their all pinks for Paint It Pink night. One of the best and cleanest jerseys that this program has. Black lettering, checker print trim up the sides. As for Hazelwood West, they are in their all blacks with red lettering, red numbers, and red trim. And the lights will come back up. The team's meeting at half court. Hazelwood West breaks the huddle. Mamadou Berry stands waiting. Hasn't lost a tip all year.
I feel bad for whoever's about to take this tip. They're not going to have a shot here unless he's got a crazy vertical or something hiding him.
Something crazy, too, to mention. Mamadou Berry leads the team in blocks. He averages 3.5 blocks a game. He has 68 on the season. He is a threat in the middle. So for a team that likes to drive and move quickly toward the rack, it will be very tough to get by number 32.
Definitely a struggle for most teams, but they eventually do find a way to put up a shot on the block or somewhere. He can't be everywhere at once, so they're going to try to pull him or get him distracted a little bit before they actually pull up the shot. You never know.
And Berry wins the tip to Chase Duke. Here he comes, driving baseline hard, tipped out of bounds off the hands of Harlem Blunt. And Vianney will have the ball on the baseline. Scratch that. They move over to the sideline. Karsten buried in the corner. He gets it out to Long, and Sulzer will set up the offense. Currently 5 out for the Griffins. Berry checks back inside. He's one-on-one, gets it knocked out of his hands. But Vianney now will move down to the baseline for an inbounds play.
It's definitely fun to watch out for Mamadou Berry. He does a lot of things on the paint. Put up a shot, get a rebound, maybe even dunk. We'll see what he'll do tonight.
And the inbounds pass goes all the way into Griffin's territory. Sulzer can't handle it, so Hazelwood West will get the ball down low. Something to mention, too, Caden Blake, actually a starter in this game for Hazelwood West, the senior forward, number 34. Daniels with the ball, moving around the perimeter. He'll slow it back down, Long on him. The 22s matched up against one another, and Daniels finishes the 2, and that opens the scoring.
Tonight's offense can be based off a lot of outside shots for both teams. Vianney being a mostly three-point shooting game. And for Hazelwood, they really don't have that two-point shot open, so they really just got to work with their perimeter shots and maybe a little bit inside for that deep two-point shot.
Duke driving baseline hard. Absorbs contact from Nehemiah McCauley. And Chase Duke will head to the free throw line. The junior all alone at the charity stripe. Makes the first. A 74% free throw shooter. Makes the second. Back with it is Gardner. He's the team's primary point guard. Daniels with it now. And he drives hard all the way with the right hand and kicks it back out. Blunt. Now Gardner. Far side, McCauley knocks down the triple.
Berry looked like he was going to go out for that block. Just a little bit late timed. Something you can easily fix.
Moving in transition is Gardner. Long gets back to slow it up. A three-point shot off the mark, rebounded by Duke. Both teams pushing the ball hard in transition. Long for three. Berry with the rebound. Ball is tied up. And the jump ball goes to Hazelwood West.
Matt Reeves will sub in for Mamadou Berry.
Aiden Adams, a typical starter for the Wildcats, did not start this game. Blake got the start instead. On the baseline, McCauley. Full court press defense, and with what probably was 4 seconds, West gets the ball in, and now a traveling violation called.
Just from bad news to worse news. Trying to get that ball in, it's kind of tough with that defense there. And then he ends up getting the travel anyway to return it back to Vianney's hands.
Chase Duke with all the points for Vianney so far. And a steal, Ben Karsten from way downtown. Boarded by Brock Long inside, he's fouled.
Definitely don't see Brock Long taking the boards very often. It's definitely a sight to see when he does. He usually gets that rebound. He does a really good job all around.
A very scrappy player, not afraid to put himself in harm's way. Karsten drives baseline and lays it up and over. Caden Blake for two.
Couldn't tell if he was trying to dunk it on top of him. It'd been cool to see. He usually doesn't charge that baseline very often, especially
and
with the
a
big
steal.
center.
Here comes Duke, all the way with the right. And Vianney up 8-5 here at the first whistle. A timeout by Hazelwood West. It's a short timeout, so we'll keep it here. Hazelwood West opened the scoring, but Vianney with good pressure in the defensive zone and also working well around the perimeter to find their shot. They hold a 3-point lead.
Vianney's offense is mostly focused on trying to move that ball up and down the court as quick as possible to put as much pressure on the defense, which they're doing right now, doing a really good job. With multiple steals so far in this game, it's going to be really interesting to see how this game goes if they keep up the offense they have now and keep up that strong, quick, and precise defense.
Energy is up for the Griffins. Mamadou Berry takes a quick rest on the bench. In is Matt Reeves, now playing in his 20th game this season. Typically the first man off the bench for the Griffins if Jay Soltzer's in the starting lineup. And the inbounds pass goes to McCauley. He gets it back to Gardner. And he is trapped in the corner. Now it's Blunt driving, one-on-one with Duke, loses the handle. Ball still loose on the floor. Taken away by Duke, and a foul called.
Definitely a very scrappy couple of seconds there between the two teams, trying to regain that possession of the ball. Eventually does fall into Vianney's hands as they do draw the foul.
And Mamadou Berry quickly back in. So a quick water break for the 7-footer. Matt Reeves checks back out. And the Griffins back in on offense. Jay Soltzer on the wing. Karsten feeds inside. Berry takes contact. He'll go to the line.
You don't see Mamadou Berry going to the line very often. He is 10 for 23 on his last free throws with an astounding 43% at the line.
Not known for his free throw shooting, but in a position to deliver here for the Griffins. His first. Silky smooth. Let's up that 43% number. Shot number 2 from the big man. That one off the mark, 1 of 2. 9-5 Griffins, 4:48 to play in the first quarter. Gardner hands it over to Daniels, who floats one just short. Karsten pushes in transition, turns it over. Gardner with good hands. He comes back with the left. Slows it up. Taken away. Long. All the way in. And a foul. And 2 free throws coming for the junior.
Brock Long's free throw percentage is an 80%, 45 for 56. Really big free throw shooter. He knows how to get those. Once he draws that foul, he can easily deliver with these.
Long hits the first.
Makes it look easy.
Trey McElroy in the game for Hazelwood West. Also Darian Anderson. Those are the 2 new Wildcats that came in out of the timeout. Gardner has it, and he will set up the offense on the right wing. Wolisic traps recently into the game as well. On the floor, a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Griffins. Hazelwood West struggling to get anything going on the offensive end. Mamadou Berry gets the feed inside. This one just outside his reach. There's very few balls that he can't handle. That was one of them.
You can only do so much when you're 7 foot with like a 5 foot wingspan. Only so much.
Here is Daniels. Let's see if Hazelwood West can knock off the lid on the basket. Daniels, a long 3. Too strong. And out of bounds.
Hazelwood yet to score in this first period of play. My bad. Really struggling to get some offense going. Vianney reading their defense almost flawlessly. Hazelwood's got to get something going if they want to stay in this game.
Ethan Alves in for Hazelwood West. He matches up on Wolisic on the far side. Long, open by himself, top of the key. Karsten and Wolisic. Wolisic. He's in the paint. Duke drives baseline. Inside, Berry with the slam and the foul.
Not the first one you'll see tonight, not the last. Mamadou Berry with the dunk. Elevating this Vianney's morale by an astounding level.
You can guarantee the Vianney faithful are excited about that one. The student section is flooded. And Berry can't convert the three-point play. Blunt. Now Alves gets Berry to bite. Too short on his 3. Long saves it and gets it back. Duke. Jump pass. Long for 3. In and out. Duke with the rebound. Can't finish. Berry sets it up again. Karsten hits the triple. And it's a huge run for the Griffins. 16-5, 2:38 to play in the first. Alves spinning. And we'll go to the free throw line as Mamadou Berry came in and delivered the contact. A 14-0 run for the Griffins. We'll see if Alves can stop that now. He'll have to try on his second.
Jackson Rogers will check in for Chase Duke.
Camden Daniels back in for Hazelwood West. Also, Kyler Whitehead.
Usually don't see Jackson Rogers put in this early. Let's see what Coach Walsh is thinking up in the back of his head.
Alves misses both. Karsten comes back with the basketball. Rogers for three. It's good! That put a smile on a lot of people's faces in this building.
Definitely not the biggest player you'll see, but man, he can shoot the ball.
A 17-0 run for the Griffins. Alves all the way in, and he kisses it off the glass. Karsten, pull up three. No good. And another foul coming on the boys wearing pink. It's Barry, that's his second, and he has to be careful. He'll check out. So a smaller lineup now for Vianney. Duke and Jonathan Walisick are the two big men on the floor. Long takes contact, and he will go to the line.
Definitely not a stranger to the line. Hitting previous free throws earlier. Will he do it again?
Brock Long only with 2 points today. He'll make that three. Has been working the basketball very well, keeping this offense moving. And that's kind of his brand of basketball. Plays really well in Coach Walsh's system. And a smaller basketball team that plays with more of a guard look needs a guy like Brock Long running the offense.
The team being mostly comprised of those big guards. You really need someone to move that ball, like you said. Brock Long is the glue that holds the offense together, able to move the ball in the tough situations and still being able to shoot. Definitely a wonder to have for this team.
And everybody shares the ball well. I couldn't name one player that doesn't want to play unselfish basketball. Caden Gardner at the line for one more. Off the mark, loose ball. Stays with Hazelwood West.
Hazelwood really struggling to put in those free throws. Definitely you can see why. With this tough Vianney crowd. After getting used to it, they'll probably get back to normal, get back to their normal game.
Alves turnaround jumper over Rogers. Duke runs through the drum set.
There's a first. Highlight of his career moment, destroying a couple drums for the band.
Coach Bourget might have a new drummer on his hands. Here's Brock Long, beating Daniels with ease. Karsten for three. No good. But Daniels stepped out of bounds as he, Anderson steps out of bounds as he tried to get it to Daniels. It will stay with Vianney down low.
The drum set appears to be okay. No injuries on the court. Man, it must be rough getting ran through by Chase Duke.
I'll tell you what, though. those were some quick reflexes by the Vianney drummer over there in the corner. Duke on the right wing. Long loses it, but it is knocked off the hand of Blunt. So a new inbounds play. Karsten to Duke, back to Karsten. Long now on the left wing, just over a minute to play here in the first quarter. Sulzer with good hands, corrals it, but turns it over. Gardner to Blunt, back to Gardner. Too short on his three-point attempt. Karsten will push in transition. Duke wide open down low, an easy two for number 25. Daniels quickly back with it. These teams like to run in transition. Anderson with the offensive board. A three-pointer from the wing, in and out. Boarded by Chase Duke with numbers. Rogers thought about the three. Skip pass. Sulzer now long. And that's good.
Extending this Vianney lead. Up by 3. Brock Long with 7 points on the game.
Alves now with 9 seconds remaining in the first. And a foul called on Chase Duke. It looks to be one foul short of the double bonus.
Matt Reeves will check back in as Rogers will take his seat.
Lucas Mayer will come in as well, and back on the floor, Jonathan Wolisic. Harlem Blunt finds Daniels, tipped away by Sulzer. He almost had one and would have loved to take off there and hit one more bucket before the end of the first. Instead, Hazelwood West gets a second life. Gardner with 3 seconds. Drives in, can't finish. And there's the horn, 26-7. Vianney leads over Hazelwood West here at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a short break. When we come back, second quarter action. You're watching Vianney basketball here on Griffins TV.
It's Jackson from the MISHA Student Advisory Committee, here to introduce a new rule change for the 25-26 school year.
Hey fans, we've got a new rule in high school basketball this season. When the ball hits the backboard, it's now officially on its way down. So, if a player touches the ball after that, and the ball has an opportunity to go into the basket, it's goaltending, and the bucket counts. That's right, new rule, same great game. And while we're talking about keeping the game great, let's show some love to our officials. They're working hard so everyone can enjoy the game. Remember, no refs, no game.
And we are back on Griffins TV. Vianney versus Hazelwood West. The Griffins leading 26-7 after the first quarter of play.
Definitely been an all-out brawl on Vianney's offense. Throwing up shots, like Coach Walsh said, making those great shots and really just capitalizing on the great shots they have and not forcing shots. Hazelwood, on the other hand, throwing up anything they have. Any open look they have, they're just throwing up, praying to get some point in there.
Lucas Mayer gets the steal off of the inbounds play. So instead of West starting this quarter on offense, it is the Griffins. But Matt Reeves is called for a foul down low off the miss from Wolisic. And a hold down low on Mayer this time.
It's definitely odd to see a foul on the inbound, especially with that kind of foul. It only means they're playing tight defense and good defense. He just got a little overboard with it.
And Gardner gets it now. And West moves it all the way up. This time, Daniels with a spin around 2 on the left block. But Mayer back in transition. Reeves open 3. In and out. Mayer with the board into the hands of Sulzer. Second chance opportunity for the Griffins. Lucas Mayer for 3. That one might have been tipped. And another steal. Another turnover for Hazelwood West. Karsten now tries to go up with the left, can't finish. This one ripped away by Jay Sulzer. This Griffins team high flying, but no one can seem to score. We'll see if Jonathan Wolosik will do some damage at the line.
Vianney's defense playing really physical here in this second period of play. Really just trying to get any ball out of their hands, regain that possession of the offense, and put a bigger dent in their lead.
Some new faces in for the Griffins here in the second quarter. Lucas Laramie, the freshman, is the newest one. Brock Long, Chase Duke back out on the floor. A return of Ethan Alves as well for West. (27-9) the score as Wolosik goes 1 of 2. And Alves finishes. He has been a lone bright spot as of late. And Brock Long turns it over.
And another freshman will come onto the court, Brady Dorman. Well, we see one of his first appearances on varsity.
Some meaningful minutes for 2 freshmen right now. This is Camden Daniels. Still with the ball, he'll get it back to Gardner. Alves to slow it down. Wildcats offense sticking around the perimeter. Daniels forces a 3, can't make that. Over the big body of the freshman Laramie. And Dorman gets tied up with Daniels.
Camden Daniels with a blatantly obvious foul. Don't think that's legal.
And that might just be a sign of being a little tired. He'll check out. And Chris Burgess will check back in. Brock Long on the R of the Griffins. Now Laramie. Inside Duke. He's doubled. Back to Laramie. Up and under with the right. Can't finish. Gets his own board. Can't finish either. But he takes some contact and will go to the free throw line.
Laramie with a 50% of the free throw line with 2 and 4. You can tell he doesn't get much minutes here with his stats line, but he will put some, hopefully, bigger numbers on the board here for the Griffins and for his stats.
Lucas Laramie playing in his 7th game this season. He makes the front end and does not get the shooter's roll on the second. Gardner will take it up himself. And a hand check foul called on Brock Long. It's his first. A very aggressive and physical basketball game with a lot of whistles so far. Already 16 fouls between these two teams, and we aren't even 3 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Dorman for 3. And that hits the side of the backboard. But Duke has it back, and as he drives in, he is fouled. So make that 17 fouls in 2.5 minutes.
Ethan Alves will take the foul here for Hazelwood.
Long goes inside to Duke, and he's rejected by Alves. Laramie gets it though. Can't finish. Ball loose. Taken away by Blunt and thrown away as he tried to get it to Alves in transition. And Hazelwood West will slow things down and take a full timeout with 5:23 to play here in the second quarter. We will also take a short break. Vianney up 17 here on GTV.
It's Sydney from the MSHSAA Student Advisory Committee, here to introduce a new rule change for the 2025-26 school year.
Attention basketball players, coaches, and fans. There is a new NFHS rule on basket interference. Now, basket interference occurs when a player slaps or strikes the backboard and causes the backboard or basket to vibrate while the ball is on or within the basket, touching the backboard or within the cylinder above the rim. That means if your action shakes the basket and affects the ball, it's basket interference, and the points count. Let's keep the game fair, focused, and fun. Know the rules, respect the game.
Welcome back to St. John Vianney High School, where the Griffins lead 28-11 here in the second quarter of play. What feels like a long basketball game so far, as both teams find themselves in foul trouble, stopping action and slowing things down. A lot of free throw trips as well, so if you're looking to get some practice at the charity stripe, you'll get that tonight.
It's definitely a really physical game for both teams, getting constant fouls back and forth. A lot of whistles being blown so far, but still doesn't mean to be a high-scoring game, a high-intensity game. Hazelwood's got to find that groove, though, and come back with it.
Chase Duke on a beauty of a backdoor from Ben Karsten. Vianney gets instant scoring out of the timeout. And another whistle down on the defensive end. Chase Duke will go all the way to the free throw line. So for the remaining 4 minutes and 58 seconds here in the second quarter, the Griffins will be at the foul line shooting 2 free throws on every foul called.
Definitely early to have bonus in this game so far. I mean, it shows from how physical this game is. It's going to be a really free throw heavy game for both sides.
And that was to be expected, as both of these teams like to get out and play very fast. Each putting constant pressure on the basketball. Both teams playing physical man-to-man defense. We'll see if both sides can clean it up. Burgess has it knocked away, but Alves saves it before it goes out on the Vianney bench. And a bounce pass into the hands of Burgess now. Good active hands by Vianney. And in an attempt at a backdoor read perfectly by Brock Long, here comes Karsten in transition, and it's knocked out of his hands. Good defense there to stop the attack. Vianney will get the ball down low.
Mamadou Berry and Jay Stolzer will check back in the game as the 2 freshmen will take their seat.
Brock Long inside to Berry. One-on-one, drop step move, right hand hook up and good. And that could be unstoppable tonight if Vianney wants it to be.
Definitely hard for Hazelwood West to get up there and try to block the shot. They just got to try to keep it out of his hands, really.
Burgess, too strong on the floater. Sulzer has it knocked out of his hands. Karsten finds himself open for 3. In and out, Chase Duke with a nice up and under. And Vianney has everything working for them right now. And the key component is confidence. Short corner jumper, Harlem Blunt. That was a nice play, good ball movement there from Hazelwood West.
With Vianney starting 5 back out, they're really putting a dent in the scoreboard. With them all back out, with Brock Long nails a beautiful three-pointer.
Brock Long, a 42% three-point shooter. And he's looked every bit of it tonight. He has 10. Blunt on the wing. He creates for himself. Stuck at the free throw line. Back to Alves. Swings inside and floats it over the much bigger Mamadou Berry, who comes all the way back in transition. And a perfect 1-2 read from Long to Berry. And that's how you get 2 points back. Burgess now. Blocked by Berry.
There's number 1 on the night.
Left wing 3 from Duke. And Vianney is as confident as ever. 17 points now for the junior.
Vianney with a 29-point lead this early in the game is something to see as Mamadou Berry gets the block again.
Back-to-back possessions and numbers for the Griffins. Duke. Sulzer now. 46-15 Vianney. What a first half it's been.
Definitely very offensive heavily. Defense really being lax here for Vianney, as that is thrown out of bounds towards the Vianney defense.
Some frustration setting in for Hazelwood West. Checking back in, Camden Daniels. Checking out, Ethan Alves. Wolosik in for the Griffins. It doesn't matter what lineup Vianney is throwing out there. These guys are gelling beautifully.
The chemistry on this team is outstanding. For them to be able to throw out random players off their bench and somehow being able to make something out of it.
Mamadou Berry, this time with the drop step and the left hand. He's looked tremendous since his arrival last season. Played a lot of minutes, but coming off the bench for Vianney. Really picked up his game in the offseason to become an instant starter for this group. And day in and day out, his fundamentals just keep getting better. Gardner and Hazelwood West called for over and back. That one looked to be tipped from Jay Sulzer. I think Hazelwood West has a good argument. So an unfortunate break there for the Wildcats. And the Griffins get it down low. Jackson Rogers nearly turns it over. Sulzer saves the day and sets it up. And now Sulzer fires for 3. 51-15 Griffins.
Vianney firing on all 4 cylinders here for their offense. Looks like not even able to miss the basket. With a 51-15 in the first half. Definitely something you don't see often, especially from a high school basketball game.
A dominant first half of play. We will get Caden Jones's thoughts at halftime, so stick around for those. And now a foul called on Camden Daniels as he pushed off Lucas Mayer. Ethan Alves in. .9 seconds remaining here in the half. Here's Wolosik looking inside. He'll take it himself now. Jackson Rogers. Near side, Mayer. Vianney with some quick ball movement around the perimeter. Looking for that perfect shot, and probably the last one. Although Barry inside, Biggs boy slam.
And there's number 2 for him. Mamadou Barry being able to make that splash, especially early in this game, even though they're up by almost 40 points, still being able to derail Hazelwood West morale.
And that is what good ball movement can do. Opening up looks like that on the inside for your big man. 10 seconds remaining in the half. Alves, Gardner, step back. No good. 2 seconds now. Sulzer from 3/4, and he hits the back wall. But what a first half of play for the Vianney Griffins here on Paint It Pink night. 53 points and holding the Wildcats to just 15. We'll see what the second half of play looks like in just about 10 minutes. But once again, stick around for the halftime report coming from freshman Caden Jones. He'll join me on the broadcast. You're watching Vianney High School basketball here on Griffins TV.
Love Vianney. There was something interesting about shooting it here that felt right, and shooting this in St. Louis was a big deal for me. You know, I was going to shoot this in North Carolina at a certain point, in Illinois for the film tax credits, but Missouri brought theirs back, so being able to shoot here was like a huge blessing.
And action background, action everybody.
The movie overall is about, we've all been a Jacob where something has happened to us in life and we're like, man, why did I respond that way? Should I have done this? I feel like it's weighing on me. Why didn't I say this thing to that person? Why didn't I stick up for myself? Or any version of that. And we've all been to Nate, where we've done something to somebody and all we had to do was apologize. But ego and pride won't let us do it. And then, you know, we grow up to be adults and we pass it on to our kids, and those kids pass it on to their kids. And so it's this comedy about this guy who's coming back home. He's being inducted into his high school Hall of Fame. He's an author, a novelist. He's got a wife and kids and hasn't been back to his hometown in years and doesn't plan on going back. They're naming a library after him. But then when he sees this other guy, this Nate guy, he's also being inducted. He's like, actually, I will go back. And after the ceremony, I'm gonna beat up Nate. So then the whole movie is a Willie or a won't he, you know? And he comes back home and he's around his family and his buddies, and it's a comedy.
Go Griffin.
It's Jackson from the Misha Student Advisory Committee, here to introduce a new rule change for the 25-26 school year.
Hey fans, we've got a new rule in high school basketball this season. When the ball hits the backboard, it's now officially on its way down. So, if a player touches the ball after that, and the ball has an opportunity to go into the basket, it's goaltending, and the bucket counts. That's right, new rule, same great game. And while we're talking about keeping the game great, let's show some love to our officials. They're working hard so everyone can enjoy the game. Remember, no refs, no game.
Welcome back on Griffins TV for the halftime report. Vianney leading 53-15 over Hazelwood West here on Paint It Pink night. Joined now by freshman Caden Jones, who's been eyeballing the entire first half. Happy to have him on the broadcast. Caden, what did you see? What did you like from the Griffins?
So what I mainly like from the Griffins is that their defensive pressure, basically in the backcourt, forced a lot of turnovers. There's a lot of steals. Ben Carson with the most steals with 4 steals. Chase Duke with 2. And a number of other Griffins with 1 steal.
What did you think about all of the whistles you heard via the foul? A lot of free throws.
Yeah, a lot of free throws. 15 for 11 is the Griffins from the line. And, yeah, they're really capitalizing off them free throws.
Vianney's goal coming into this game was to get the ball up the floor early. They wanted to be up-tempo. They like to keep the ball moving. They were working for the perfect shot. Do you think they achieved that, knowing that they scored 50-plus?
Yes, 19 field goals made, and we got Mamadou Berry, the tallest person on the floor. He's perfect from the field.
How about those 2 dunks?
Yo, that.
Pretty incredible, and then he, of course, had 2 blocks down low as well. What do you think about Hazelwood West? They go into the locker room. They have a big deficit, almost a 40-point deficit at that. If you're the head coach of the Hazelwood West Wildcats, what are you telling your team coming back out of the locker room?
Well, they really need to calm down under pressure. They have numerous turnovers in the backcourt alone. And when they do get in the front court, they get good looks, but they're just not knocking them down.
Major credit there to Vianney's pressure, as you mentioned, right off the rip, to force turnover after turnover, produce on second chance opportunities. And now we've seen every single member, essentially every single member on this varsity team on the floor in the first half, getting valuable minutes, which can only be good as the season starts to wind down and you start thinking about conference tournament play.
Yeah, Vianney is 16-3 in conference standings here. If they would have been in a lower position, it would have been a big game because there's only 1 game ahead of the Smith, which is has 1 less win than them. They lost their last 2 coming into this game, so this is a big win before going on a long road trip before being back home on February 25th.
And those 2 losses, I kind of want to focus on one of them against CBC, a 5-point loss just a couple of games ago, and that one is one to pay attention to as we start thinking about where Vianney sits in the conference standings. But you're right, they have been on fire trying to avoid going for 3 straight losses. You'd have to think that tonight that won't happen. They should come away with the W. Still have to finish out this basketball game. 16 minutes still to play. 53-15, the halftime score. We will take a short break. Caden will stay with us here at the table. And as we do, we hope you enjoy the kids' basketball game on the floor. Maybe we'll have a little fun and start calling that game when we come back. Stay tuned here on Griffins TV.
It's Luke from the Mission Student Advisory Committee, here to introduce a new rule change for the 2025 through 26 school year.
This is a message for all high school volleyball players, coaches, and fans. There's a major rule update you need to know. The NFHS has approved a change to Rule 948C for the upcoming 25-26 season. Under the new rule, if a player makes multiple contacts on the second team hit, it's now legal, as long as the next play is made by a teammate. That means no more double contact fault on the second team hit if the ball stays on your side. This allows for more athletic plays and reduces the unnecessary whistles, keeping the focus on the action. So fans, take note, this isn't a missed call, it's the rule. Let's keep the cheers loud and the criticism low.
And welcome back to GTV. Happy to have you with us. Caden Jones, Andrew Rogers up top in the bleachers and thoroughly enjoying some Pee-wee basketball down on the floor. You know, when you go to Blues games here in town and you see the little guys hop on the ice at the end of first intermission, you can't help but smile whenever you see something like that. That's what I'm doing right now. It's just all smiles with these guys.
Yeah, they're playing super hard out there. It's the most competitive halftime game I've ever seen.
I don't see many halftime games, but this is the Kings basketball program that works alongside with many members of Vianney. Let's have a little fun. Let's call this game a little bit. Now, obviously, do not know the names of the kids on the floor, but we'll just stick to the numbers. A jump ball called.
They have a few freshmen out there being the referee.
Some Vianney basketball players at that. And Black will throw it in. Poked away down low by Gold. And now, number 0 fires. Can't finish. We got Michael Jordan wearing 23, maybe LeBron James down low. Here we go. Let's see Gold on offense. I love the pink headband.
Yeah, definitely cultural.
Oh, he's going all the way. 14. Oh, can't finish. This crowd wants to cheer. They so badly want to cheer right now. Who's going to make that final basket? The Vianney varsity team is back on the floor. But, hey guys, hold off. This is the main event right now. Here we go, baseline. Off the mark. Get that second chance opportunity. And Black comes back with it. Oh, there we go.
Baseball pass.
We got Patrick Mahomes back there throwing deep balls. And we are running low on time. Let's get a bucket here.
Yeah, I think it's tied 1-1 or 2-2, excuse me.
Here we go. I'm a big fan of the guy with the basketball far side wearing green and gold. Those were my high school colors. Here comes Black all the way through. Floater. Oh. That one so close. Number 9 with it. And back out to the wing. Slowing up the offense. Here comes Gold. They have an open man off to the left. And this one taken away by 32. And now stolen by 20. Let's have some more subs.
You got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds. Here's 7. Long 2. Too strong. Good board. Get up and in.
Almost off glass.
Here comes Gold, maybe with one last opportunity. Oh, open look. Good pump fake. Ball stolen away. Up and off the mark. Oh, we added 30 seconds. Now we're back to 1 more minute. How fun is this? It's awesome to see these young kids in attendance. Not only are they thrilled to be watching a really, really good high school basketball game, and Vianney leading by close to 40 points at halftime, but they are living the dream playing on a high school floor.
Yeah, I've seen number 32 shoot during his practices. He can definitely shoot it. That one just came off the rim there.
We will add a few more halftime thoughts once this game concludes. We might have an opportunity here. Come on now! And the fans are digging that. Oh, let's get a buzzer beater from Black here. 32 all alone. And could not convert at the end, but don't worry, he still gritties down low in front of the varsity bench. All right, nice work there from the little guys. How about that? What a cool event here on Painted Pink Night. Friday night basketball. Caden Jones, Andrew Rogers, Atticus Wick here on the 1s and 2s up here. So a 26-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. A 53-15 lead for the Griffins at the end of the second quarter. Is there any worry about coming out flat if you're Vianney here?
I mean, you are comfortable with the lead. That doesn't mean that you come out and just expect to get a bigger lead than it already is. You got to continue to play hard and grow this lead and secure this win.
Well, as we await the second half, we will get final thoughts from Caden Jones heading there before we let you go. Caden, what are you looking forward to as we pivot into the second half of play?
The defense stepping up. Already with a lot of steals already and blocks and forced turnovers. You want to just limit Hazelwood to at least not more than they had in the first half. Just want to keep this defense up.
Well, Caden, we appreciate all your thoughts. Great work there in the first half summary of play. We will hear more from Caden Jones throughout the season and throughout his high school career. Is this the first time you put on the headset?
Yes.
How about that? Caden Jones doing excellent work as well. We appreciate having you, and we know all of you at home appreciated Caden's thoughts here at the end of the first half. We'll take a short break. When we come back, Landon Berkey will rejoin me as we start the second half of action here at St. John Vianney High School. You're watching Vianney basketball on Griffins TV.
Closer look at how high school activities are run in Missouri. The Mission All Access podcast gives you a behind-the-scenes pass into the decisions, stories, and people shaping school activities. From eligibility and rule changes to event plannings, postseason insights, it's everything Misha, straight from the source. Whether you're a coach, educator, student, or fan, tune in and stay informed. Search the Mission All Access podcast on your favorite podcast platform today.
It's Jackson from the Misha Student Advisory Committee, here to introduce a new rule change for the 25-26 school year.
Hey fans, we've got a new rule in high school basketball this season. When the ball hits the backboard, it's now officially on its way down. So, if a player touches the ball after that, and the ball has an opportunity to go into the basket, it's goaltending, and the bucket counts. That's right, new rule, same great game. And while we're talking about keeping the game great, let's show some love to our officials. They're working hard so everyone can enjoy the game. Remember, no refs, no game.
Welcome back to GTV High School Basketball here in the Fieldhouse on the campus of St. John Vianney High School. Landon Berkey, Andrew Rogers, Atticus Wick up at the top of the table, ready to start the third quarter of play, and the Griffins, after scoring 53 points in the first half, will get the ball first.
The Griffins have their starting five back out. Definitely one of their biggest threats is having their big starting five back out. They're really good chemistry, really know how to work together to rack up some serious points.
But it's Gardner that gets the scoring started for West. Those are the buckets that West is striving to get here in the third quarter. Double team down low, Barry. Back out, Sulzer loses the handle. And it's Duke who tries to dribble through a double team and turns it over. Although the ball is still loose down low. And it looks like Sulzer came away with it. Still awaiting the signal. And I'm assuming it was a tie-up, and it's going back the Wildcats' way.
Wildcats really need to get that momentum boost going. They really struggled in that first half, only cashing in with 17 points. Their defense was slacking a little bit, but if they get in that groove and they start to bounce back a bit more, they could definitely be back. And they can definitely try to keep it closer than it is.
Ethan Alves driving in. Short pull-up jumper, can't finish. He's been one of the better players tonight for Hazelwood West. Attacks the paint very well. And he will slow things down for his team once again. Favoring that right hand as he comes across half court. It's Gardner. Off to the left side. Now inside. Blunt can't finish. Loose ball stays with the Wildcats.
Their offense has definitely gotten better since the first half. Really putting up more efficient and better shots in general. Really swinging that ball around, trying to get more momentum back and try to get more points back on the board for them.
Barry guards the inbounder. That has to be tough to get the ball back inside. Alves steps through and takes some contact from Ben Karsten. He'll go to the free throw line. We'll recap and bring you who's on the floor for both teams. Starting with the Griffins, as Landon pointed out, it's the starters, Jay Soltzer, Ben Karsten, Brock Long, Chase Duke, and Mamadou Berry. For West, it is Ethan Alves at the free throw line, McElroy, and Anderson down low, Gardner, and Blunt up top. Correction, McCulley, not Anderson in the game. Mamadou Berry gets a whistle, and the ball will stay up top on the sideline.
Vianney's starting five is definitely a very offensive-based starting five. They do have good defense, but they strive at the three-point line and down low on the blocks.
And another whistle down low. So the same theme of the first half plays through into the second. 3 total team fouls between the two groups. Karsten for 3. Soltzer knocks it out of bounds. Hazelwood West will bring it back.
Hazelwood West having big opportunities here to capitalize on some big points they need. They're just not following through, and the ball's not falling for them.
Brandon Johnson into the game for the first time for Hazelwood West. And here's Ethan Alves one-on-one with Karsten as he comes across the timeline. This is Johnson. Can't finish. Long pushes in transition. Duke, tough angle. And we'll go to the free throw line. Chase Duke, the leading scorer tonight with 17 points. He averages that this season.
He really knows how to capitalize with the good shots he gives. He really knows how to deliver a good shot with a decent, off of a decent shot and still be able to cash it in for Vianney. Really just knows how to put the ball in the hoop. Summary for him.
He makes both free throws. Gardner comes back with it. And it looks like Vianney is now playing a man trap as the ball comes across the floor. Gardner will slow things down. Alves on the far side. He loses the handle. That actually hit the half-court line. Should have been over and back, but neither official in position to see that. West gets another opportunity. Long knocks it out of bounds.
Long thrives in reading the ball. He knows how to move towards the ball on defensively and read it good enough that he can get it into a spot what helps prevent the opponent, in this case Hazelwood West, from getting good passes off and getting good shots.
Back with it, the true point guard on this team, Caden Gardner. Alves from the elbow. Can't finish. In and out. Long pushing in transition. Karsten, jump drive, baseline. Duke 3. Short. And pushing is Hazelwood West. Duke strips it away. Vianney back with it. Soltzer back to Karsten. And a whistle. Soltzer called for a travel.
Unfortunate there for Vianney. Ben Karsten had a huge wide open three-point, which he did shoot after the whistle and did make. which would have helped them a little bit, but not terribly much from how big their lead is. As Jay Solcher will get the foul.
Matt Reeves checks back in for the Griffins. Before that, Camden Daniels came back in for Hazelwood West. He is probably the biggest threat this season. That is number 22, Camden Daniels. But in this game specifically, Ethan Alves has been that guy. Good steal by Reeves. Karsten, three. Too strong. And in transition, Johnson. Duke. Good pump fake. Goes inside to Barry. Falling on the floor for it, but can't get it. Johnson with the left. Lost control. And out of bounds. Hit the line before Johnson made contact. It will stay with the black and red. Alves, near corner. One-on-one with Reeves. McElroy. Alves again. Has some space. Blocked by Barry. Vianney back with numbers. Karsten, pull up three. Off the mark.
Mamadou Barry knows how to deliver when it matters the most. Vianney really needed a block just to get that momentum boost back and towards the game. And it definitely helped them from seeing how alive the field house is and how alive the team is.
And a traveling violation on McElroy. Turns it over. Back to the Griffins. Only 2 points this quarter for Vianney so far. Just about 5 minutes in. They held a hefty lead at halftime if you're just joining us, scoring 53 first half points. The score now 55-19, and Barry makes it 57 with a nice left-handed drop step move. Alves, no look inside. McElroy. Nice little 1-2 between the two. Here's Long. Karsten. And now Duke. Reeves thought about ripping and going. Now it's Long driving baseline in space. Takes contact. Couldn't finish. He'll go to the line. Brock Long, the second best free throw shooter on this Vianney team, shooting 80% this season, goes in and out. Jackson Rogers in for Barry. Johnson out for West. And Anderson in. And Long goes long. So he'll try a three instead. Duke flying in for the offensive rebound. And Vianney has another opportunity. Karsten for three.
Karsten knows how to deliver, especially with those deep three-point shots where he specializes in. Those quick passes to him. He can really shoot the ball for sure. He's got range. Hazelwood knows it. They just can't guard him.
McElroy unguarded there, down low. He gets an easy two. And it's Long in the far corner. He buries the triple. Back-to-back threes for the Griffins. And now the scoring team is heating up again. Alves has it knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Karsten. A 40-point lead now for Vianney. Here's Daniels. McCulley with a nice bucket at the glass. Vianney will set back up. with Brock Long moving people around. Reeves inside to Long. He slipped a screen. Rogers in front of the student section, and he let them know by holding up 3 fingers. His friends love that one as he has his second 3 of the game, a steal and a 2 for Brock Long.
Vianney bouncing back on that offense, going back to their half one offense of really pushing the ball and really trying to generate as much shots as can. And it's showing that they're really just demolishing through this Hazelwood defense.
Gelroy there with a nice step-through move. He brings 2 more to West on the scoreboard. And Daniels now all the way in, off the glass, and good. Vianney back in the offensive zone. Duke drives baseline. Karsten, wide open 3. Can't finish. And Reeves, the only pink jersey down low, comes away with it. Now Rogers gets an offensive rebound. Chase Duke fires at the buzzer, but cannot convert. 68-29 at the end of the third quarter here at St. John Vianney High School. 1 quarter to play, 8 minutes left on the clock. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll get Landon's thoughts on the third quarter here on Griffin's TV.
It's Sydney from the Misha Student Advisory Committee, here to introduce a new rule change for the 2025-26 school year.
Attention basketball players, coaches, and fans. There is a new NFHS rule on basket interference. Now, basket interference occurs when a player slaps or strikes the backboard and causes the backboard or basket to vibrate while the ball is on or within the basket, touching the backboard or within the cylinder above the rim. That means if your action shakes the basket and affects the ball, it's basket interference, and the points count. Let's keep the game fair, focused, and fun. Know the rules, respect the game.
Back for the fourth quarter here on Griffin's TV. Happy to have you with us. Andrew Rogers, Landon Berkey, Atticus Wick on the 1s and 2s. Landon, your takeaways from the third quarter.
Third quarter definitely wasn't as strong and as offense heavy as it was in the previous quarters. Vianney only scoring 15 points this quarter. Still a lot of points, but definitely not as much as they have scored in the past. Hazelwood really just trying to keep up with Vianney's offense and defense. Just trying to put up some shots to try to drown as much points as possible. Definitely struggling on the offensive side here. Shots not falling for them. They're just getting unlucky with their shot placement, and Vianney's defense is all over them.
Credit to West, though, still playing with a lot of heart in this game. As for Vianney, they are trying out a bunch of different looks here in the fourth quarter. It's Mayer driving baseline. He finds Wolosik, who goes up and can't finish. And a 3v3 battle, now a 4v3, as joining the party was Whitehead, who acrobatically finished there in the paint for the first bucket of the fourth.
Ben Carson looked like he might have got hit on the way up by Whitehead. Looked like he got hit in the gut, but it doesn't really affect him clearly.
It is a three-pointer in the far corner for Brock Long. That one falls, and number 22, Brock Long, has 18 points tonight. Here is Gardner. He has it stolen away by Mayer. Good aggressive defense there by the senior, Lucas Mayer.
Even up by 40, Vianney's defense is still challenging the Hazelwood offense, trying to push them to the breaking point, and they've been pushing that all night long. Really just trying to wear down their really good offense, since their 2 points are now starting to get more open for them because the 7-foot center is not inside the court. Trying to get those shots up. Still, Vianney's defense is powering through that keeping them outside of the three-point arc and outside the paint.
And Ben Karsten is fouled in the backcourt, and he throws the ball right at Harlem Blunt in frustration and gets teed up. Took a lot of contact there in the backcourt. He got the foul, but then underhand tossed it at his opponent. Can't do that. He picks up the technical foul, and Caden Gardner will shoot the free throws for Hazelwood West.
It's definitely odd to see Ben Karsten tossing a ball at somebody, especially when they're up by 40, now 39. You don't see that very often from any team you watch when they're winning. They don't really try to get technical or get a foul, especially how late this game is right now.
And the second of the technical goes in as well. So 2 points there for Hazelwood West. They'll also get the ball back after that. Harlem Blunt to inbound. He finds Whitehead. And Gardner gets caught in a triple team. Now he steps all the way through and is grabbed as he tried to make a pass back out to Blunt. That foul going against Jonathan Wolisick, and Reeves will check out. And it looks like both freshmen are back in the game as well. Lucas Laramie and Brady Dorman. So they'll get some developmental minutes here at the varsity level after playing an entire sophomore basketball game before this. And Laramie would have had 2 points to his varsity total. Instead, it is blown dead after Sulzer stepped on the baseline.
Definitely inspiring for a young athlete, especially Brady Dorman, who's playing JV game before this, to come out and play some varsity minutes, especially in the paint at pink game. Definitely, probably a big moment for him, especially. A lot of emotions run through his head trying to finally getting on the court for varsity.
Brady Dorman now in his 5th game this season at the varsity level. Lucas Laramie playing in his 7th. And a short corner jumper from Chris Burgess. That was pretty. 71-37 the score. Sulzer thought about the 3. Dorman now back up to Wolisick. Laramie fires from downtown. That's good. Lucas Laramie with his 3rd 3 made this season.
Definitely a big moment for him, especially getting those 3 points in the varsity level.
Here is Gardner up top. And a double team coming from Mayer. He's been doing that early and often in the 4th quarter. A turnover now. And pushing in transition is Sulzer to Mayer. To Laramie, Dorman from 3. How about that?
Mr. JBB racking up points here on varsity. Soon he might have that spot.
Brady Dorman, 4 of 9 this varsity season. And a jump ball. This will stay with Hazelwood West. Sub to come in. This is Johnson for Gardner. And I think at this point in the game, as the clock continues to tick, we will start seeing a lot of the bench players come in for both teams. Here is Chris Burgess. And a foul called down low, and now a technical foul on Hazelwood West, I believe. And I'd have to assume that's the case because that's who the official is having a conversation with. So a technical foul called on Caden Blake. 2 free throws coming for Lucas Mayer. We are now under a minute to play here in the fourth quarter as a lot of fans start making their way to the door. Mayer hits the first free throw. And number 2 is good. Lucas Mayer. Those were his first 2 free throws of the season.
100 on the season. Definitely a flex to have.
And here is Jay Stolzer. And Vianney might just let this one wind all the way down. 16 seconds on the game clock. Wolisic goes back up to Stolzer, who drives all the way in. He actually throws one up. And a blocking foul is called. 2 free throws coming, but we will not see those as the clock will hit 0, and that will end the game. 79-37, a massive victory for Vianney here on Paint It Pink night. Great cause, great win. We will give our final thoughts when we come back here on Griffins TV.
It's Luke from the Mission Student Advisory Committee, here to introduce a new rule change for the 2025 through 26 school year.
This is a message for all high school volleyball players, coaches, and fans. There's a major rule update you need to know. The NFHS has approved a change to Rule 948C for the upcoming 25-26 season. Under the new rule, if a player makes multiple contacts on the second team hit, it's now legal, as long as the next play is made by a teammate. That means no more double contact fault on the second team hit if the ball stays on your side. This allows for more athletic plays and reduces the unnecessary whistles, keeping the focus on the action. So fans, take note, this isn't a missed call, it's the rule. Let's keep the cheers loud and the criticism low.
Welcome back to the post-game show here on Griffins TV. A 79-37 win for the Griffins over Hazelwood West here on Paint It Pink night. The gym was glowing pink as we recognized fighters, survivors, and the families who stand with them every day. Such an awesome cause and always one of my favorite nights on the schedule here at St. John Vianney High School. But as we wrap things up on the broadcast, we'll start with Landon Berkey. Your final thoughts as Vianney gets the 40-point win.
Definitely a big win for Vianney here, especially on the home court, breaking their 2-game losing streak. Definitely something to have. 79 to what? 41 win?
79 to 38.
71.
79 to 38.
That.
41-point win.
Big win for Vianney here coming in. Back home off the 2-game losing streak. It's definitely a big flex to have for Vianney coming off of this. And we got to see a lot of freshman moments. We got to see freshman Brady Dorman and Lucas Laramie come in and play a couple minutes on varsity and get some points racked up for their stats. Hazelwood West really struggling to keep up with Vianney's offense and defense. They did have a couple good shots here now and then, but they were just throwing up some shots, just trying to get some points on the board for them. Overall, big win for Vianney and a big momentum boost.
We'll also get final thoughts from Atticus Wick, who sat down with Coach Walsh before the game. Atticus, you heard the game plan. You know what Coach Kevin Walsh wanted to implement here, and you can probably say Vianney executed that perfectly.
Yeah, they definitely executed that. After following the loss to MICDS on Wednesday, they certainly bounced back, and like Coach Walsh said, their mindset hasn't really changed. So great game by Vianney, and yeah, good showing from the crowd, and excited to see the next one.
A fun one here on Griffins TV. Speaking of the next ones, Vianney goes on the road for 4 straight games, starting with Chaminade on February 6th. They'll take on SLU the day before Valentine's Day. John Burroughs on February 17th. DeSmet on February 20th, and they won't be back home until February 25th when they take on CBC. That will do it here on Griffins TV. We appreciate you joining us for the broadcast. For Caden Jones, who gave our halftime report, for Atticus Wick, who was on the 1s and 2s, my partner Landon Berkey, I'm Andrew Rogers, signing off saying so long, and we'll see you next time here on GTV.